Your politicians are better than you because they understand power and you understand anger. This is not a compliment to politicians. Rather, it is an indictment of the citizens. Across Nigeria, ordinary people are destroying friendships, families, and communities over political differences, while the politicians they defend are quietly cooperating, negotiating, and socializing with one another. Citizens are bleeding emotionally, while politicians are calculating strategically. That alone should disturb you. The average Nigerian treats political disagreement as a moral crime. Support the wrong candidate and you are branded foolish, wicked, ignorant, or evil. Entire relationships are erased. Years of trust are sacrificed. Neighbors become enemies. Yet the politicians at the center of these conflicts rarely behave this way. They insult each other publicly and reconcile privately. They oppose each other by day and negotiate by night. They switch parties without shame and are welcomed without consequence. The people who shout the loudest online are always the ones with the least to lose. This raises a question many Nigerians refuse to answer honestly. Why are you more emotionally invested in politics than the people who actually hold power? Why do you carry lifelong hatred for someone who voted differently? Why the politicians you idolize are already planning their next alliance with their former rivals? Politicians understand that politics is about interest, not emotion. Many Nigerians mistake politics for identity, morality, and personal worth. A neighbor who suffers the same inflation, insecurity, employment, and infrastructure collapse as you suddenly become your enemy, not because he harmed you, but because he made a different political choice. Meanwhile, the politician you are defending has nothing in common with you except your loyalty. And here is the brutal irony. The politician you're fighting for would never fight for you the way you are fighting for him. Your hatred is unpaid, your loyalty is unrecorded, your sacrifices are unnoticed. Political elites do not expect blind devotion. They exploit it. They understand that citizens will attack one another while they protect their own interests. They understand that emotional outrage is cheaper than good governance. They benefit from a population that directs its anger sideways instead of upwards. Perhaps the most uncomfortable question of all is this: if politicians often accused of greed and corruption can disagree without destroying relationships, what does it say about citizens who cannot? Why do people with no access to power behave more ruthlessly than those who wield it? The answer is simple but painful. Politicians play the game. Citizens take the game personally. Until Nigerians learn to argue without dehumanizing, to disagree without hatred, and to engage politically without turning neighbors into enemies. Until Nigerians learn to argue without dehumanizing, to disagree without hatred, and to engage politically without turning neighbors into enemies, this pattern will persist. So politicians will continue to unite when it suits them. Citizens will continue to divide themselves on their behalf. And that is why, in this narrow but revealing sense, your politicians appear better than you. Not because they are more ethical, but because they understand power while you're still trapped in anger.